What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we are doing the Ravens 7-round mock per Ravens fans' request on my Washington Redskins video. So, you ask it, you get it. Let me know if you guys want to see any more teams. Obviously, I'm going to be rolling through them all, but I want to do the ones that you want to see first. Obviously, don't want to keep you guys waiting. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys done. We're over 200 subs. That's absolutely insane. It really does mean a lot. We've grown exponentially. Some of these videos have been hitting, and it's just absolutely amazing to get all you new people in here. It really is a family, and more importantly, I just want to let you guys know, if I'm going to recommend one thing, comment down below. We have an amazing community here full of people ranging from people who've known football for 35 years to people who've known it for a couple years. So we have tons of people who want to talk, who want to converse, and it makes my job really fun. So it's always nice to be able to talk to people, because talking to a camera really isn't as fun as being able to respond to you guys. So hit that sub button, hit the comment section, hit that like button. Let's help out the algorithm, and let's bring this family and make it larger and larger. All right, let's kick it off. The Ravens, this is going to be fun. Of course, I said the Redskins, the Washington football team. You guys know what I'm talking about. Obviously, anything interesting happens, like the Falcons going Dylan Moses is 5. We'll talk about that. So this is a highly unusual draft currently. Quiddy Pay going that high. There's, now we're back on track with like the normal type of guys. Zach Wilson finally going at 18. That is something that's pretty damn realistic. We are going to be getting these trade offers quite often, which is going to be annoying. But Ravens, you fans are definitely my nemesis as a Steelers fan, but it makes it to where I can actually watch and see how you guys play. So, being able to understand Baltimore, I know kind of where they need help. And to me, that's kind of in that guard spot ever since Yonda's been away. I don't really think DJ Fluker is the type of long-term answer that they're asking there. So we could be going Trey Smith here, because Lamar Jackson, it's all based on that run game, and Tennessee is all run, man. So being able to get a guy like Trey Smith is definitely something I'm thinking about here. On the defense, you guys got Yannick Ngakoue, right? So, that definitely helps out that pass rush. You have Calais Campbell there, even though he's not going to last too much longer. Your defensive interior could use a little bit of help, but I seriously don't think it's that much of an issue at all. Linebacker-wise, you hit on Patrick Queen. You did a good job. And, I'm pretty sure linebacker isn't too big of a need for you. Corners, you have 2 of the better corners in the NFL. And safeties, Chuck Clark can still kick it with some of the best. So safety might be a need for you guys, but at the same time, I don't really think it's that big of an issue. However, that being said, as somebody who avidly watches every single Steelers versus Ravens game, I do realize how much you run the ball and how much you need to. As a person who, I'm not a Lamar Jackson hater, I actually wanted the Steelers to take him back in the draft where he fell all the way to 32. It's obvious that you guys need to increase your passing game, but in order to do that, you really need to take the ball out of Lamar's hands a little bit more, and that's through the run game. I like the idea of an RPO. I think that you guys are built for the run. You don't have to be a team that passes 300, 400 yards a game. But you guys need to chill out when you guys say that Lamar is an amazing passer. So he just has hot streaks, and you guys are going to hate that. But, we're going to be rocking Trey Smith here. You guys have one of the best tackle duos in the NFL, and DJ Fluker is not going to be the long-term answer. Trey Smith has top 10 potential in this class. Former number 1 lineman in the country, has versatility wherever you want to put him. Just put him anywhere, and he'll do great. Because, again, DJ Fluker is not the answer, and you guys are so run-heavy. Please, please, do not get mad at me for that. You guys need it. So, again, Joseph Asai sneaking to the first is definitely interesting. Not something I wouldn't be too against, though. Someone who I want to talk about is Eric Stokes. I've been actually reading up a little bit more on him, and to be honest, I don't really see too many problems with him. I could see him sneaking into the first. I've been seeing Tyson Campbell being ahead of him on Georgia. I seriously don't think that that's an actual, a legitimate ranking of Stokes behind Tyson Campbell. I think that Stokes actually has a lot more potential in the NFL. Now, at this pick, at 56, so I like this idea of being able to get Brevin Jordan, but Javon Holland kind of feels like an Earl Thomas type, and you can stick him back there with Chuck Clark, and Javon Holland's a master of he's a master of everything. He's a jack of all trades. That's where I was trying to get at. Javon Holland is an absolute beast. Being able to get him in the second round definitely fulfills any need. And plus, worst case scenario, you have a really solid, a high floor rotational safety. That's not something ever to scoff at. So I like Javon Holland a lot. And the idea that you guys need a wide receiver, I'm extremely high on Devin Duvernay. So being able to have Devin Duvernay in combination with a guy like James Prochet from my school, and then obviously you have a guy with Marquise Brown, I think that's a really good wide receiver core. I'm a little bit worried that we're putting too much blame on the wide receiver core and not enough on Lamar. I mean, you guys aren't probably going to like that, but like, I think that I was putting Devin Duvernay in the first round type, like top 15 type territory. I think he's an absolute stud and one of the best steals in the entire draft. So, I mean, I think that you guys legit have a steal there. I think you have two high-end wide receivers there. So, yeah, maybe you can get one more, maybe more of a big play threat, which might be where we're going. If, obviously, who I'm looking for is here, which I don't think he will be. Because I forgot you guys traded away your third-round pick for Yannick Ngakoue. But I was thinking about getting, what's his name, Seth Williams here. But obviously he's out the door. But, oh, for fuck's sake, we just lost Justin Ross. I was looking for a much more like a bigger body wide receiver, right? So I know you guys have the kid out of Notre Dame. I'm blanking on his name, of course, but he seems to be more potential and not as much production. But, I mean, at this point, like, when you have all these edges falling, there's somebody who stands out among them all here, Shaka Tony. I think he's an absolute monster. You know, he as well as his buddy Away, they're arguably the best pass rushing duo in the country. So very high floor, especially being from Penn State. They have amazing edge coming out every single year. So being able to get somebody like that, you know, your team is built for the Super Bowl. You might as well just make sure that it's able to get there. So how do you do that? Being able to get guys who are good rotation, who have starter upside, you know, being able to eliminate the possibility of you having a monster hole on your roster in case a guy like Yannick Ngakoue goes down, a guy like Campbell being able to retire. You know, being able to have someone back there is crucial, especially in the NFL nowadays. We see everybody get injured, for Christ's sakes. You know, like, it's just everybody's getting hurt, and it's like really sad to watch it happen, but it is what it is. Now, I'm going to be checking out Tamorion Terry's height here, and at 6'4", I mean, I'm a fan of Tamorion Terry. I'm not saying that just because he's 6'4", I thought he was 6'1". I'm going to be straight up. Tamorion Terry is a solid route runner, and what this team doesn't have is one of these bigger, slower route runner types. You guys have a lot of speed, but a guy like Lamar, when he's used to kind of like running and scrambling around, yeah, you can have plays develop down the field, but I think you need a guy who can create some space. And Tamorion Terry was pretty much Florida State's entire offense last year. He has some big drop issues, but that is theoretically correctable. Just stick him in front of a jugs machine for like 10 hours straight and be able to knock that out of the park. But Tamorion Terry has way too much upside. He's shown that he's very Michael Thomas-esque with being able to single-handedly carry an entire team, and that's obviously, I'm saying that with a pinch of salt. Tamorion Terry's not going to be that high of a ceiling, you know. He's definitely not going to be a Michael Thomas, but he has that type of trait in him. Imagine if you went to Walmart and you saw the clearance section, and then you saw like Michael Thomas, like a Michael Thomas action figure from Hasbro, who's kind of like been going downhill for a while. That is Tamorion Terry. 6'4", insane frame, much more of a route runner, and he's just an absolute animal. You know, he can single-handedly carry any type of roster, and I think that is something that you're willing to take a shot on. You have your thicker, smaller guy in Devin Duvernay. You have your speedster in Marquise Hollywood Brown. You thought you had a route runner with good hands in James Prochet, and he still can develop into that. But Tamorion Terry is that bigger outside threat, similar to a Juju Smith-Schuster. These bigger, like, chunkier guys who can't create separation that well. I think that he has that type of potential. Maybe he won't reach it, but has that potential. Next, I mean, we can always go for a slot corner. You can never go wrong with that, but I seriously don't think that's a need. if we're going to be 100% honest here, guys. I don't think cornerback is the issue, and I don't think cornerbacks are that deep of a class here. Yeah, you have some guys that fall, but it's not that big of an issue. I mean, you guys do like to use a lot of tight ends, and Matt Bushman, I mean, he may be off this year, but last year, all he was BYU's offense. Everything. So you're getting pretty much Tamorion Terry and Matt Bushman, who are both single-handedly carrying their offenses. He's just a good receiving weapon. Pair him up with Mark Andrews, be able to use Matt Bushman, maybe to get open because of the fear from Mark Andrews. And maybe if Bushman turns out to be as good as he was last year, he very well might be able to create some more opportunities for Lamar to throw it to Mark Andrews. So I love the idea of being able to pair those guys up. It would be awesome. And at this point, Lenore is a little too good to pass up on a guy who is, in my opinion, he's more of a 5th-round corner. So being able to get him in the late 6th is, I mean, you really can't pass up on that. You'll always need to rotate corners. Corners get injured all the time. Marcus Peters, with how aggressive he is by going to the ball, you never know when like Stacey all might pop or something. So God forbid that happens, of course. It just is something that, it's kind of useful to have somebody there to also to learn. Lenore has this issue of being able to be picked on a lot, so being able to learn from a guy like Marlon Humphrey is going to be able to increase his value so much more. And I think people get a little bit worried about having to stack the team with like all their needs, and sometimes getting depth is more important because of the fact that they can learn, they can sit, and they can develop, and then they can come into the NFL and not get completely destroyed. So I think that's actually an excellent option for the team. I'm surprised you guys don't have a 7th-round pick. I'm sure you traded it. But going over the picks here, you guys are investing in that run game. You invested a 2nd-round pick into J.K. Dobbins. Invest some more into your offensive line. You have the best tackle in football in Ronnie Stanley. You have an excellent tackle in Orlando Brown. Ryan Jensen, if I'm not mistaken, is your center, and he's super solid. I'm not sure who you have over at the other guard spot, but DJ Fluker, if he's better than that other guard, can go there as well. But Trey Smith is just so good. I mean, imagine how good the offensive line is. Give Lamar everything he can. You guys like to lose in the playoffs, and it's fortunate for me as a Steelers fan, but unfortunate for you guys as Ravens fans. But being able to give Lamar everything, and especially this run game everything, that is going to be special. Javon Holland, going to just be able to develop that backfield. If TDN is right and you guys need a safety badly, perfect. He's going to be the guy who can just step in. He's the guy you need. Not somebody who has the highest potential in the class, like maybe a Hamza Nasir-Ul-Din, but somebody who is going to be excellent regardless. Somebody who's not going to be a huge liability anywhere. He just might not be the next Earl Thomas, but he has that in him. So definitely a high upside option here. Shaka Toney, absolute beast. I mean, you can never ignore Edge. Edge is just awesome. You can never be too pissed off by having another edge rusher. Tamorion Terry, teams like to mirror the teams in their division. Get your Juju Smith-Schuster, get your Auden Tate. Tamorion Terry's that guy. Matt Bushman, I mean, you guys like to run your tight ends. This is pretty much Hayden Hurst 2.0. Like, pretty much simply put. In Lenore, you just can't pass up on a late round cornerback like that. It's why not, right? Oregon likes to produce some solid talent, and if Lenore gets to learn and sit, you guys might have a starter from pick 210. So let me know what you guys think. This is definitely a shorter draft than I expected, but of course, getting Yannick Ngakoue was kind of worth it. So let me know what you guys think. If obviously the draft position changes, you never know, Lamar gets injured, then you guys end up becoming a top 10 pick, some shit like that. Obviously, I'll be remaking this, but thank you guys so much for watching. Welcome to the family. It's awesome to have you guys here. Thank you guys again for over 200 subs, and I'll see you on the far side. Peace.